So I just got off the phone with my EAP provider, and yeah, definitely needing those free sessions right about now. Do you know who your EAP provider is? Do you even know what an EAP is? What is that? What does it mean? Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Welcome back to The Imperfect Empath. I'm Stephanie Johnson, a licensed professional counselor associate, as well as a Texas licensed professional school counselor. And I want to talk about EAPs. The latest video I did, I talked about educator burnout and compassion fatigue and all the things. And now I just want to kind of add to that. Because anyway, what is an EAP? An EAP stands for an employee assistance program. And most employers have those. Most of them do. Some of them, maybe not. And the wonderful thing about it is that you do not have to be signed up for any kind of health benefits. You don't have to have any health insurance. This is separate from that. So you can use it. Your family can use it. Your immediate family, spouse, kiddos, anyone in the household. What is it for exactly? It is an employer-sponsored benefit that provides you and members of your household no-cost support and resources for life's everyday challenges. Whether you need in-the-moment emotional support, they do offer triage over the phone, short-term counseling to get you through life's challenging life events, or access to financial and legal advice. Your EAP can be your first place to start. So like I mentioned, you do have to be an active employee, and any member of your household can utilize the EAP program that your employer provides. The wonderful thing about this also is, so, your spouse, if you check with his employer or her employer and see that they also have an EAP, then you can get additional sessions. So I have my sessions that I can get through my EAP, and then I have sessions that I can get through my husband's EAP. Actually, I think he gets more sessions than I do, but okay. How much does an EAP cost? It is no cost to you or your family members. There's no co-pays, no deductibles, out of pockets, none of that. Now, your employer pays for it. And this is the thing this is why I really advocate for people using their EAPs. It's paid for already, whether you use it or not. The services are paid for. So, your employer will negotiate, a cost that they pay for this service. And I don't know the exact numbers. I read somewhere, I should have it in front of me, but I don't. But really, the EAPs make their money because they kind of count on the fact that no one's going to utilize the service. Let me not say no one. Not many people are going to utilize the service. The employer has paid the money. The money is in the bank. It is spent. Now, whether you go and use it, that's your business, but that's how they make their money. That's like, okay, let me get this amazing $80 a month gym membership and only go twice a month. That's how they make their money, okay? I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that's how they're getting paid. And I had to bring this up once when I was talking to one of the EAP counselors, when she didn't want to give me my authorization code. And I'm like, ma'am, these services are already paid for. Can you just give me my code, please? I know I'm probably the only one out here using these codes. Can you give me mine, please? Yeah, that has not happened again since. They have since rectified that and have made the system a lot more user-friendly, at least with the service provider that we're using. All right, I digress. So what type of care is available? Resources for emotional well-being. You can access on-demand care, virtual or face-to-face visits with a clinician. And that is true. I know services like BetterHelp, I know they partner with a lot of EAPs now. I like to find my own therapist and see if they, him or her, if they take EAP. I like to go through it that way versus you can call, get your EAP authorization number, and then say, oh, by the way, can you help me find a clinician that takes, this benefit? But I like to do it the other way around because I look for a very specific type of therapist. I'll say that. Okay, so what doesn't EAP cover? It does not include psychiatric, inpatient, or residential treatment, hospitalization, including partial, intensive outpatient, court-ordered treatment, urgent care, long-term care, prescription medication, autism spectrum disorder treatment. Okay, services for remedial education. All right, and I'm reading this straight from my EAP's info page right here. So yeah, that you will probably need to use your insurance for that. All right, and the big question, how many visits do you get? I only get 3. Some employers pay a little bit more for their EAPs, and so they're able to offer more sessions. Or I know some EAPs, they have, how can I explain this? They use a very specific service provider. So I mentioned BetterHelp. I know that some EAPs are really big on utilizing that as their main option for services. Whereas with my EAP, I can choose whoever I want that accepts that EAP. Because the EAP provider we use is called Optum, but there are many, many other ones out there. I know United Health Group has an EAP program. Can't really think of any more off the top of my head. There's just so many and they're so varied. So you're going to have to contact HR out and just see if you can confirm that information. And there's usually an 800 number for you to call, especially if you're in crisis and you need to speak to someone. Now, when I say when you're in crisis, I don't mean like crisis like you're about to do something to harm yourself. You want to call 911 for that. But you're in crisis in that, you can't get into your, like maybe you have a therapist already that you utilize for counseling services, but you can't get in till like next week or 2 weeks from now. And you just really need to get on the phone and talk to someone right away. They do usually offer that. And that's what I meant when I mentioned over the phone triage. Someone who can just kind of, talk to you, listen to you, kind of pull you off the ledge a little bit and, get you connected to any emergency services if that's what's necessary. Now, you do need to register for EAP, those EAP services. It's not just something that they'll provide you over the phone. There's usually a 800 number or a link where you can create an account. And the account is good because you're going to be able to access like all the benefits. I'm specifically talking about the mental health and wellness piece, but they offer, financial and legal services, work and life support. They'll connect you with discounts and things like for the YMCA or Planet Fitness, or, it just depends on the benefits that your EAP provides. So, I log into my account every so often, one, to get my authorization code, and then to also just see what other benefits they've added, because they do add things to their list of services. Let's see what else. I'm just kind of clicking around. I'm going to eventually figure out how to record myself talking while using my computer screen live so you can actually see what I see. I'm going to get there. Let's see. Oh, you can look at a provider directory that's on there. You can go ahead and schedule virtual visits. Okay, yeah. I like how they've really updated the website because I've been using my EAPs for a very long time, and I can tell you they have not always been user friendly. So, but anyway, anything else I can think of? Yeah, I'm just going to really encourage you all to utilize your EAP. It's just another avenue for supporting yourself. It doesn't have to be the end all be all, but it's paid for. Use it. It's free. What can you lose? Let me know if you have any questions in the comments about your EAP. Maybe you've had some experiences with your EAP that weren't so pleasant, and that's why you're not using it anymore. I'd love to hear about it. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye.